Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 8th, 2025. Not a lot going on as far as productivity today that's measurable. I spent a lot of time in the office today, on the phone. Yesterday I spent a lot of time at going around and seeing the garage doors that I wanted to get to replace the overhead doors that we had on the workshop. And I'd been researching these now for a couple of months, and unfortunately I got to say that most of the companies that I dealt with were very poor at communication, getting back to me and actually giving me quotes for what specifically I had requested, like 2-inch doors with a decent R value, insulated doors, steel doors, with one row of clear glass. Classic style would be fine. And so I went through Amar, Wayne Dalton, and Coplay. Coplay is what I had before. Fantastic doors. I had the intermediate grade insulation, which I believe is, I think it's 12, R12. But boy, have they gone up in prices and all. And of course, they had the 4th of July sale ending tomorrow, the 9th. So yesterday I was running around and it was pouring like crazy yesterday. But I finally found someone who was responsive, clear, concise, and gave me exactly the quote for what I had asked for. It was the first time. This day and age, you just don't get that sort of concentration of the person who's the salesperson or the representative from the company to actually, listen carefully, write it down, and give you a quote for precisely what you're looking for. So finally I found Jimmy at Home Depot in Clay, New York. I'd been to Clay, Oswego, different places, and he set me up with the 4 12x9 overhead doors, Coplay doors, classic, intermediate. They have good, better, and best. So the better insulation is what we got there. One row of clear glass. So 4 of the 12x9s and 1 of the 12x12. Just basically what I had before. They've about doubled in price since I bought those before. About $13,000 for just those doors. And I've got to replace the overhead, the door openers as well, and they're about $650 a piece. So I've got to see what I can find out about. Hopefully, getting a better deal on 5 of those. And then I did a little bit of cleaning up and organizing in the lower shop. But when it poured yesterday, when I was out Thea and I were out going around. Thea stayed in the truck. She's still not herself yet. It poured like crazy, and of course it poured here as well. And so when I went in the shop today, you can see a big puddle all over the middle of the shop. So with that, even though the plastic is still up that Todd and I put up to enclose the south wall, at one corner where the wall's pulled apart, it must have just blown right in there. And so the whole west wall and then the south and west walls were drenched, and the floor was as well. But the good news is that this coming Saturday, Aaron, our new public adjuster, has convinced the insurance independent adjuster, the desk adjuster, the person who's in charge of doing the paperwork with the claims, is sending out another or the same independent adjuster to come out and meet with me and Aaron, the public adjuster, at the same time, so we can try and get, because they're so far apart, what the insurance company wants to pay and what the damages really are that our public adjuster has already documented. So it's trying to get both adjusters at the same time, coming close to 5 months since the building collapsed. So it's been an ordeal. So those are a couple of things there. Today or yesterday, my days just run together, my wood my firewood bucket arrived. So I bought this. Oh, so this is my dirt bucket that goes on the Hulk. I got that off right now. And this is the firewood bucket. And I first saw this, Mike Morgan on Outdoors with the Morgans. He has one very, very similar to this, made by Top Dog. I just went ahead and moved a little bit of earth with it just to see how it was and sturdy, and it's really, really nice. But this is one way when I'm cutting wood in the forest, and let's say I'm not next to the wood splitter. Well, I can cut a whole bunch of rounds, scoop them up with this without getting all the soil, and then bring it over to the wood splitter and start splitting it. So I've wanted one of these for quite some time. And I'm trying to make life a little bit easier for myself. So I'm not physically handling the same materials over and over again. So that came today, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday it came, but I just got it out and checked on that. The other thing is I went ahead and got the soil conditioner out and got it together just a few minutes ago. So I'll show you this. So it's hooked up to the Hulk over here right now. So the ground is still pretty darn wet. And really you should not be running the soil conditioner when it's wet, when the ground is wet. But I figure it's not hot. It's like 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It's overcast. So I thought, okay, let me get this out. So this was on a pallet over there by the trusses and the gates there. I've got to move those pallets. But this is the soil conditioner. Now the wheels were the other way on it, so this is for shipping and all. And so I just put it together, and we'll film a little bit of it. But this is really going to make a huge difference, I think, in my life for the benefit. So a soil conditioner. What this can do is it can break up sod. It can disrupt superficial roots and rocks, and you can either rotate the hydraulically driven 10-inch drum with those carbide teeth, either going this direction or going that direction. So you can counter rotate it depending on how you adjust it at all. And this has an adjustable apparatus here that hooks on to this unit, and between the soil conditioner itself and the skid plate attachment on the track loader. So basically the way that you're supposed to operate this is just set the loader arms down. You set the loader arms all the way down, and then by either tilting the bucket or raising the bucket is how you're putting pressure on the wheels, which raises the height of the drum so you're not digging in as much, or you lift the wheels by tilting back on the bucket arm, the hydraulics, and that lowers the drum and digs further in. And that way there, this can, once you've broken up the sod and all, and you're moving forward, if there's a low spot here, you can take out the mound by having the wheels up in the air a little bit, not necessarily up in the air, but by raising the wheel height so that the drum digs in, and then tilting it forward and putting the wheels down so that you're filling in the void here. So there's so many places on this property that this is going to work. And it can go ahead and just push all of the larger debris right in front of you, because this will pulverize the very surface of the soil. The other thing that this is really, really good for is limestone driveways. Now, it isn't going to work great with larger stone like all the stuff that's underneath here, but with the crusher run that all of the driveway will have ultimately, it will be able to make new every time you start seeing some grass or weeds starting to come up between the stones. Well, you can just go over it, you can take out the potholes, and this will condition the system as well. So this is going to be one heck of a machine. These are solid rubber tires, so if I go through an area where there's, you know, glass or nails or screws, these tires aren't going to go flat. The grease zerks are in really good handy places to be. There's no space. There's very minimal space here. If I get hooked into some wire, you know, getting wrapped around in there and getting tied up like some units and all. So that's real nice. It's got removable plates back here so that we can keep it in a single row. We have a hydraulic cylinder right down here, which can allow me to angle it so that I can put the row of stone along the side as I push it along. So pretty excited about this. I ran it for just a couple of minutes and decided I'd come down here and what did I decide? I thought I'd come down here, get the camera, and I'll play with it for a few minutes. But the thing to remember is the ground is wet. This is not what it's meant to be doing when it's all wet and all. But it's also not going to kick up a whole bunch of dust. So I took a little ride down the driveway between the house where it is and out here where the limestone was, and it did a real nice job of just sort of leveling things out and all. But again, there's a learning curve to this. So I'll be using this hopefully more frequently in the near future. As things dry out, I'll be able to work on areas, and maybe I won't have to get screened gravel to top off over here. Maybe I can have the bank run gravel and just push the stones to the side. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to smoothing things out on the new property over there, because the property all undulates. I did a lot of work with the excavator a couple of years ago and the Hulk with moving and filling in different areas and burying buildings and all that sort of thing. But there's a lot of undulations. There's still a lot of rocks over there, but the grass is still high. I went over and did some mowing just the other day, and my granddaughters are going to try and keep up on the mowing. See, if it's just like mowed lawn, this can go in and pulverize that and take out the lumps and fill in the low spots as well. All right, I'm going to try this out and see what we can do.
Out on the land where the wild winds blow, we plant our dreams and watch them grow. Black locusts strong with thorns that bite, guarding our home in the warm daylight. Curly willows twist, reach for the sky, elderberry blooms where the songbirds fly. Comfrey and figs in a green embrace, building a fence for this sacred place. Living fences green and tall, rooted deep, they answer the call. When and maple standing side by side, high bush cranberry with its scarlet pride. They hold the soil, keep the wild ones near, a haven for life, year after year. From olden days when the earth was young, hedgerows and greenways, their songs were sung. Now we revive what our ancestors knew, a fence that's alive, breathing strong and true. Living fences, green and tall, rooted deep, they answer the call. Wind breaks shade and a home for the free, sustainable life for you and me. Oh, living fences stand so proud, a homestead's heart singing loud. For Dexter cows and lambs so small, a thorny wall will hold them all. Osage orange, hawthorn's might, keeps them safe through day and night. Farmscaping weaves through the land we tend, pollinators dance where the flowers bend. Hedgerows hum with a wilder tune, under the sun, beneath the moon. In central New York, where the seasons turn, we plant for the future, let the fires burn. A living fence, it's a gift we share for the earth, the wild, and the open air. Living fences, green and tall, rooted deep, they answer the call. Wind breaks shade and a home for the free, sustainable life for you and me. Oh, living fences stand so proud, a homestead's heart singing loud. So plant your seeds where the wild winds roam, build a living fence to call your home. From black locust thorns to willow's grace, grow a legacy for the human race. The path is steep, my legs grow tired. Each step feels like 1,000 miles. The rocks are sharp, the air grows thin, but something burns bright deep within. Close your eyes and see the view from the top, where skies are blue, every valley spread below, every place you've yet to go. When the climb gets hard to bear, picture yourself standing there at the summit of your dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. The wind picks up, the trail grows rough, my lungs are screaming, that's enough. But in my mind I see the peak, the moment that I've come to seek. Close your eyes and see the view from the top, where skies are blue, every valley spread below, every place you've yet to go. When the climb gets hard to bear, picture yourself standing there at the summit of your dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. Every mountain that you climb starts with just a single stride. Every summit that you reach puts the next one within reach. So when doubt creeps in your mind, leave those heavy thoughts behind. Open up your eyes and see you're exactly where you need to be. Every step has brought you here to the place you've always feared, but you're stronger than you know, and you've got so far to go. From the summit of your dreams, life is better than it seems.
The view from here is worth the climb. You made it up, you made it shine. Now every mountain calls your name. You'll never be the same again. I've walked through wind that howled like wolves at night, stood firm in the dark with no end in sight. Lightning danced just feet from my door, but I held my ground. I've seen worse before. So when clouds roll in and the skies start to cry, I don't flinch, I just lift my eyes. I survived too many storms to be bothered by raindrops. Built my strength where the thunder never stops. You might see puddles, I see proof I'm tough. A little rain never shook what I'm made of. Yeah, I've been weathered, but I'm standing tall. I don't mind the rain, I've outlasted it all. People run for cover, I just raise my hood. Face the downpour like I always would. Cause I've learned in the fiercest kind of fight, the soul shines best when soaked in light. Let the skies open wide, let the cold wind bite. I got roots too deep, I'll be alright. Storms don't scare me, they make me grow and teach me more than fair days ever show. I survived too many storms to be bothered by raindrops. Each scar I carry says I don't give up. You might see gray, but I see grace. Every drop of metal learned in this race, yeah. I've been shaken, but I've never been small. I don't mind the rain, I've outlasted it all. Christmas together, exit town for love, a time forever. Christmas together. Ooh.
Well, I gotta say, I think that soil conditioner by Quick Attach is outstanding. I have a long ways to go before I get proficient at it. However, on runner crush stone, it can really take out the high spots, flatten it all out. Now this I've been turning here and all, but I think it does a really good job. Now this is so thin, the amount of stone that I've got on top of here, and below that either it's big, our natural stony stuff here, or up ahead there, similar to what we did over here, we got 4-inch limestone. And down there going over to the new property over there, really happy with how that works. I've got a lot to learn, especially when you're turning on angles. You have the soil conditioner on an angle and you're trying to angle places. Certainly when you get into the thick sod, shouldn't be doing that when it's wet. Should really kill that sod first, hit it a few times with a mower or something. So, but once I think the soil dries out, I think that'll do a really good job. It's everything that I thought it would be. Pretty happy with that. So, yeah. Quick Attach, you did a good job. I like the welds on it. I like the grease zerks. I like the functionality of it. I just have to get used to using it and all. And right now I didn't have it on auto. I just did everything manually with it. as far as having the conditioner actually turning on and all. So yeah, I think with a few hours on it, I think I could get pretty good at it. So that's it for today's video, folks. The soil conditioner looks like a success. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll see how things work out. The firewood bucket, I'm pretty happy with that so far. We'll see how that works out. And hopefully things go well from here. We'll just keep plugging away and keep making videos, and I hope you enjoy them. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.